I want a red panda.
Oh.
So cute. But only China can have panda.
You just be zookeeper.
Hey, actually I thought of it, because I love animals.
Yeah, you got zookeeper vibes.
Thanks.
Welcome to For Real. We are four realtors with a whole lot to say, but trust me, it's not just about selling property and closing deals. So let me introduce you to the rest of the gang. Meet Wesley, the optimistic go-getter who believes anything is possible with a bit of manifestation magic. Nicole, our cheerful, charismatic mother and seasoned realtor with stories for days. Shannon, our resident Gen Zer, keeping us in check in case the rest of us say anything too cringe. And I'm Fraser, your localized Angmo, a jack of many trades but a master of none. We're diving into everything and anything, so grab a snack, get comfy, and let's get real.
I heard you've been not so well last week.
Oh yeah, no, I think for the past 2-3 weeks, I've been having weird intermittent fevers. When I take a nap, when I wake up, when I sleep.
It's COVID, is it?
No,
Oh, okay.
for 3 weeks.
Do you test?
I don't know.
No, yeah, I test.
No.
Because for a period, my boyfriend had COVID. So I was like, oh, maybe it's COVID. But it has been 3 weeks. Every time I sleep and wake up, I get like 38-degree fevers.
Does it affect your day to day?
I guess it does. But then because we're self-employed, if we don't work, then
I feel like it doesn't affect your ability to do work, but it affects your motivation to want to do it.
yeah, I mean, then you think, oh, I'm not, no, but I don't feel sick. I just feel like, oh, this kind of sickness. I mean, it's fever lah. So, should I do something about it? Should I continue working or should I just rest? So yeah, it affects motivation, but I think I still push through. But there are days I was like, okay, I got fever, let me just rest.
Recently, because, I'm not wearing the bandage anymore, right? Can't be bothered to wear anymore. It's almost healed. I'm supposed to organize some viewings. I kind of just want to rest. I want to noir at home.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? I want to noir at home.
Yeah, normal.
And so I just told them okay, you know what? We're just going to blow this off for this week or next
Whoa.
week. Yeah.
And without any valid reason.
I just said
okay.
I've been in an accident and whatever.
So
I said,
excuses.
okay. Yeah, sure. No worries. Please rest. I mean, technically I'm not supposed to be driving too, so I can't be driving
true.
out to the viewings and stuff. But
I think being in, not real estate,
In
but
sales,
yeah,
generally.
being in self-employed, then it's based a lot on us, our own motivations,
yeah,
our mindset. And I think being positive helps a lot.
you're like the most positive person that I know. That's why I call you the manifestation magician.
But I have my down days too.
Right.
Of course.
Yeah, I think everyone have our down days. Is how we cope with it. But I think being brought up in a positive work environment, like our team, I think, I don't know if y'all agree, but I do
agree.
see that. Yeah,
I
especially us because we entered at the same time. We went through the same training and everything.
Yeah.
I think positivity helps a lot. When we first started, CK shared with us that how to manifest, the things you want,
Right.
and how the positive mindset will attract the things you want as well. At the start, I was like, oh, maybe I'm in the wrong team. I didn't resonate with all these at the start. So
really?
I think I took a bit of blind faith. I mean, there's nothing to lose being positive.
Right.
I mean, going through the same process, you can do it with a positive mindset or negative mindset. Might as well do the positive one.
Does any of this positive mindset thing that you do stem from your family?
Possibly. My mom, she's very
Because your mom's a real estate agent too, right?
oh yeah,
Does she do does she manifest for her clients, for her deals and stuff as well?
I think not so much, but she has a very positive mindset. And she always
Okay.
anchors in me and my brother growing up.
Right.
So I think overall we are more positive than negative. I've always been the half is the half. The glass is half full. Yeah. Then
I feel
half
like
empty.
I'm half full and sometimes half empty, depending on how if I really feel it. I really want to be able to manifest and have positive thoughts and stuff like that. But I'm also realistic.
Yeah, I understand that as well. So
Yeah.
it's a
You
bit,
cannot pin your hopes up, because if you pin your hopes up, you also get let down hard too.
I think there are two parts to it. One is how you feel, which can vary very greatly day to day. And then what are your underlying values or mindset?
yes.
So that one will anchor how you then self-talk yourself out of a bad day that you're feeling. Yeah, or basically or take small actions to then make your bad day a bit better.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I think
but
you
the
have
underlying one has to be
Yeah,
whether
to-
you are
to be strong,
positive,
correct.
or
So this
give
one,
thanks.
you cannot just blindly like have a positive mindset or manifest. I feel that, I mean, I share this with my associates and some other teammates also, is that we must believe that it will happen and what we want, but your actions must also follow through. So it's not just blindly do it and think about what you want to happen, but you have to take steps that leads you into the success that you want.
Like the whole concept of you cannot win the lottery if you don't buy the ticket kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
So you cannot just do one part and then expect, oh, I want all these success, wealth, happiness, peace, and just do nothing about it, but think about it. It will not happen this way. Life is not that easy. And I think for like how I manifest or use my positive mindset to get things done is there's really some like neuroscience behind it.
Neuroscience.
Like essentially your brain has also like these receptors where, like, you know, if you want to have success, you want to have wealth, you want to have happiness, you can in a way prime and train your brain for it.
Like it releases chemicals and stuff and gets your brain to like.
No, so I mean, okay, it's the same as TikTok and Instagram algorithm. Like the
Our
content you watch, whatever you
I thought
watch.
you were comparing our brains to TikTok, the algorithm.
No, I'm comparing the brain and like TikTok's algorithm, the brain's algorithm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's more like whatever you feed to yourself, to your brain.
I mean, it's like they say you are the average of the 5 people you mix with, something along that
Yes.
line, right? So it's surrounding yourself with, I mean, if you find yourself negative, then you surround yourself with people who are more positive. And then hopefully from there, with the interactions, you start to reflect a bit more. And then your thoughts may also then start to adjust to a bit more positive
Yes.
track.
Adjust
sense.
and evolve.
So then with that, maybe you'll find yourself a bit more lighthearted or just being able to take negative things in a lighter way and then just try again. Yeah.
So like what I learned is you need to know what is the underlying thing that you want. It's like you're saying you want to be successful, but then that's it, man. Cannot be what. So you need to know what does being successful make you feel. Like, you know, if you're successful or your main goal is to be at peace with things. I mean, we always say celebrate little wins, but you must know what these little wins mean to you as well. Like, you know, you want to be wealthy or you want to be successful.
It's a milestone to the.
Correct.
to
So
the bigger goal.
I think currently you have to look at what you have in life and celebrate what you already have. And then this way, when you celebrate the things that you want already, that is present in your life, you also prime your mind to be more receptive to all this. So it's really like you attracting what you want.
To be honest, when I first started in this industry, I felt like all forces were against me. And I was trying to remain positive as much as possible.
Yeah. And it's tough.
I'm not a pessimistic person because, and I wouldn't say I'm optimistic too, but I feel like I am a realistic person, you know? This could happen and I have to do this. This like kind of your mindset of if you want to like manifest that this is the outcome that you want, then you have to do things to achieve that, right? For me, it's like, yes, I could do those things to achieve that. But like Nicole said, there are things that are out of my control, like third-party factors or the other people who are involved in whatever you're trying to achieve. And then that's the reason why you don't achieve that goal. And then that happened. So a lot of things happened to me. I felt like a mountain pushing down on me at one point.
The odds will stack against you.
That's what it feels like. And then eventually when things, you know, do suddenly turn your way, they feel, it was a small win, but because there's a win out of all the losses or
It feels
everything
big.
against you, it feels big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a burst of energy and
It's a
ripple
burst of
effect as
energy.
well.
And then that like, it's almost like an adrenaline boost. And then
Yes.
it lets you go for the next one.
Exactly.
And then things start piling on again. So
Yes.
like
No.
you say, like celebrate small wins as much as
Correct.
you
So
can.
so we take all of this in, we acknowledge, I mean, our hard work, whatever we put in.
Yeah.
And then I think it's very infectious. So I think with the team recently as well, I could feel it, that our energy went up with everyone's successes.
When we were still just like, the team was like, what was it, 8 people when we first joined?
Yeah, 7 to 8. There
Like,
wasn't many.
the vibe that I got from everyone is like, okay, the whole stereotype of this industry is it's a lone wolf industry. You go in there alone. If you don't make it, you know, you die alone.
Yeah.
You work alone, you die alone. You celebrate alone. Everything is alone. And that was like one of the things I really didn't want for me coming in. So I was very happy to know, like, when we joined literally at the same time, same day.
Actually, I was like, oof, there's a little competition. Friendly competition. No, I was good because I always like competition. I'm competitive by nature, so yeah.
There was that slight feeling of competitiveness, but I really didn't. I don't like competitiveness actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
like
can tell.
Supportiveness. I like to consider everyone who I'm working with as friends.
Yeah, which I am also very glad to get that, because my previous industry, I did it alone for like 2 years. No interactions, no colleagues. Then, wow, so thankful that came into this team. Everyone, like what you say, we're not just about doing everything alone. We celebrate everything together.
Yeah.
We push everyone. As long as you're willing to, if you are struggling, you sound out and people are willing to extend their help.
Yeah, I think it's besides celebrating wins together, it's also the moral support that we give each other. Like if anybody has any like situations or cases, especially for someone as new as I am, all we need to do is to just like send a message.
Yeah.
And then within seconds, somebody will respond to you. Which is something that, like what you said, in this industry, it's quite rare to find a team that has that kind of support, because it's either there isn't any support or the team is too big for you to find support.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm also very thankful for, like how the team has grown.
Sustainably.
Yeah, and also like the people who have joined the team, everybody is very positive, because if you have someone who is on a very negative, has a
Debbie
very
Downer.
negative mindset, yes. Like can you imagine you say something like, wow, my client cancelled on me today. So, yeah, because you never do this, never do that. And then I'll be like, what the?
Yeah.
But I'm just glad that in this team, nobody is like that. I haven't really experienced anybody like that in the team.
Yeah.
Everybody is very, very supportive. Then they'll tell you, like, give you tips on like how you can improve, how you can hook your clients out, how you can converse with them as well.
And also no hard feelings. When they give feedback, it's really from a point of, I want to help you. I want to help you improve.
Which is quite rare,
It's
because
very
it's
rare.
a very competitive industry.
I know, like, even from other friends, colleagues, their bosses, they are not this open in sharing.
Yeah.
Like for our boss, CK, he just can share his deck that he used for his clients when we can replicate it.
Yeah.
And he made no changes, or he made better changes for us to use. But for some people, they just want to, they see everything as, competition.
Yes.
So if I help you, I will get less. So I think
Yes.
that is not the mindset that we are all accustomed with.
Yes.
Ours is the more the merrier.
Because of some people having that thinking too, and also, not everyone we meet or people who come into the team might have the same kind of values or like feeling that we do, right? Which is at one point in time, I was actually worried that the team was growing too fast. But then I thought, like, okay, if they're coming in to join us in CK So District, then they must already have some kind of vibe going with CK.
Yeah, because they have to pass his vibe check first.
Yeah, his vibe check. Literally, it is vibe check. Where's your head at?
Yeah.
Like Love Island.
No, really.
What I also like about the team and the support that we have is that it's not biased to only people who are successful, because there is no such thing as always riding on a high. You are not constantly successful every single
Unfortunately.
month. Yeah. It's not that stable in the industry. So even when you're having your like low periods, even if you were to like chat with someone who is also feeling down, like during those low seasons, right? At least we support one another.
Yeah.
Or even if you were to talk to someone who is doing very well as someone who is not doing as well, like the support is there. It's not like can you like if I were to come out to Wesley, can you teach me how you close this deal? Because like I'm struggling
Positive
a lot.
mindset.
Yeah, so it's like the kind then we bounce off each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's very important.
Yeah.
Because
No, it
then
is.
if Wesley isn't doing well and I'm not doing well, and we just meet together and complain about
Yes.
about things, and then it's just it
Negative.
spirals.
Downward spiral. Lor.
And then
Yeah.
after a while you just be like, let's
Yeah.
just head out.
Call it quits. Correct. Lor.
Yeah, so it's like, or it can be like we just support one another and say like, oh no, it's coming.
Which
No,
is what we
your
do a lot.
deals are hard.
I think we all
yes.
are able to understand each other's, like the
Yes.
teams, like everybody struggles, like regardless you're new, you're old, you're successful or not closing so many deals. At the end of the day, I think everybody face similar pressures and disappointments also high. So can empathize and then
Yeah, I
help
think the
each
empathy
other.
in the
Yeah.
team is very high. Is high the correct word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one is sabotaging the
Yeah.
other person.
At least that we know of. No, I'm just
Oof.
kidding.
don't stir shit.
Okay, you put here negative down spiral. What is this note here? You put positive up spiral. What is positive up spiral?
I think like just now what Shannon mentioned, like on bad days most people would just negative down spiral, but instead,
That's really me.
yeah, I mean, there's two ways you can, or for me maybe because I'm like a very positive person, I would still choose to be positive in bad times than negative.
You mean
To
how
look at
people see you?
situation.
or
No.
you from the inside out?
How do I take on a situation?
Right.
Like if it's a bad situation, you can either, just let things die by, just taking in all the bad things, or just being positive and then see the positive side of things to see how you can uplift yourself.
And it's a mindset thing.
Yeah, so it still comes back to the mindset, because ultimately I think the outcome is already there, just that we don't know it yet.
It's like the situation already happened. So what are you going to do with it?
Like instead of like complaining about it, you
Yes.
find what are the things you can do about yourself to help the situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or should this thing
Or,
happen again?
What can
how,
you do
how would I
better?
do it differently?
Yes.
So if you treat everything as the journey to getting there, because even though this thing ended, it has lessons to be learned from it. Instead of just complaining, oh, my client did this, or the deal burst, or you can think about, oh, maybe next time if this happened, how can I approach it differently?
Basically, it's taking
That's
personal responsibility to improve yourself rather than choosing to
Push
push
the blame.
blame.
Yeah.
Put blames on things and say that it's out of my control. Yeah, a lot of things are out of control, but we can also always improve and control ourselves.
So I think like in terms of positive mindset, then I do believe like in the law of attraction. I think we have talked about it in the last podcast. And I really believe in that, like you attract what you want and the clients that you want. So you have positive mindset, you attract clients who are positive in mindset. It's very easy to work with, especially when you're aligned. Because I do have negative mindset clients. It's freaking draining. Y'all don't know who you are, but it's very draining to work with them, because then every time I give them positivity, I get hit back with negativity. It's
Which of Wesley
feel that.
clients have
Okay,
not
wait,
been
is it
receiving messages from me?
negativity or realism?
negativity. So I will tell them, like, then they will be like, oh, it's so difficult to find a house or investment property. Then, to me, if your mindset is not there, you're not aligned with me, it's very hard to work with. And it feels like I'm just working against my client instead of, working together. Because then I do believe in a property search, buying or selling, it's still a partnership. And the vibes have to check.
Then do you drop them?
I do. For some. Like those who I feel like I cannot get through them, then like there's no point making me unhappy and them unhappy, and then ultimately, we still drag out this transaction. So I rather spend time on people who on the same wavelength as me. Then everything's smooth. You can just tell them what's on your mind, how you approach things. If they're on board, then we take the next step together. But I'm not saying all clients are like that. There are people who have their objections, but when they voice out and then I share my point of view, we come to a consensus. That one works as well.
Yeah, sometimes we are like the rah-rah cheerleader. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand if you view 20 houses and none of it are suitable, it's like, can I even find it's like so long.
There is a fatigue.
Then as an agent, you'll be like, am I searching the wrong criteria, or am I looking at the wrong places? Have I not explored all possible options or platforms to find, am I missing out any listings or not?
Correct.
You also start to question yourself, but you also have to, every viewing, go there, this could be the one, this could be something that's suitable.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, I do believe this saying that the house chooses you. You choose the house also chooses you. I don't know if you all believe in that. I tell most of my clients when I'm bringing them on resale viewings.
Right.
So like sometimes they really like this house, but they miss out on it. Then I say, then maybe this house is really not meant to be. A bit spiritual in thinking, But I've seen enough that, when they eventually find a house they like, they 100% fall in love with it. And then when they found it, I'll tell them, see, I told you.
Have you ever experienced the opposite? Because I have, but I'll ask you first. Where your buyers think that every house that you see is the house. They're so positive.
Yeah, there are those first viewing, they're already like, okay, I like this house. I will share with them my experience. Like, we can offer for this house, but I want you to broaden your horizon first.
Yes.
And then the more broadening we do, the more choices they have because they like everything.
That's the thing. In my experience, I have had resale HDB clients that I've shown around, and they seem to like everything and they're okay with everything. Like, even if we go to like in a house and it's like it really needs some renovation to even consider it like looking nice or considerable for me. Because when I'm looking for my clients, I'm like putting myself in their shoes. If I don't like it, then I feel like most likely they won't like it. So I'm almost like the litmus test that I'm for my clients.
We are.
I had to like hold them back a bit because they already wanted to say, let's put an offer for this one, or this one's nice. I'm like, there are still more that we have to see. I think you guys need to chill a bit.
Yeah.
That's why for me, usually I like to arrange a certain number of units to view in the same day or same weekend,
Yeah,
so
same,
that they can make comparisons.
Yeah.
And if they are very easygoing and okay with everything, then you have I will sit down with them and then make them like prioritize.
List, yeah.
So go back to their list of criteria again, and then based on that, help to clarify how did these units fit to their criteria, and then from them try to guide them to rank the units lah. And then also it will then also affect the kind of pricing
Correct.
or the asking prices of the unit that
And how much they are willing to offer.
and which one brings more value with the pricing and the unit attributes
Yeah.
in accordance to what they want lah. So I think a bit more guidance for buyers who are generally very easygoing.
I think
then,
this speaks volume of our service as well. Because there are agents who, okay, you like this house, let's go for it. First house, and then they just lock it in.
Yes.
Close deal,
Fast
bye-bye.
deal. Fast
Yeah.
deal.
So we can actually do that if we
But
want
this ain't
to.
carousel, man. There's no fast deal.
Yeah.
When it comes to advising clients, we were talking about positive mindset for our clients. Like, let's say, for example, you have a seller and you're helping them manifest like they're going to get a good profits from the sale and stuff like that, right? And you're showing them numbers and what they can get and all that stuff. When you're ever advising clients, right, do you ever get that sense of imposter syndrome? That the advice that you're giving is like, is it really the best advice?
I mean, while I'm confident in what I share, sometimes I do doubt myself. Like, am I giving the best that I can?
Yeah.
Especially for investment property. Because different people value investment angles differently. I mean, they see things differently. So my investment angle versus someone else's investment angle. On low days, I would have this kind of doubt. Or even now when people ask me to, wait, should I say this? I feel I'm discrediting myself. Okay, cut.
We'll cut. You say it, and then if it's not right, then we'll cut.
I mean, like when people approach me for investment property,
Yeah.
then sometimes I feel that, am I qualified enough? Because even though I'm confident in what I have been sharing or doing, some of the higher profile clients who are super like profit or numbers or they know their shit. I'm not saying I'm fluffing my way out, but some of these clients who are very sensitive to numbers, I would be more careful. That I would think like, actually, is my research enough? But so far so good. Like
Okay.
after serving all these high profile clients, they believe, but they understand and they are on board with, my strategies.
I think definitely must do research on our end lah. And then you try to, basically what I do is you present as much facts and factual information as possible. Then where I have my opinions, I will then say these are my personal opinions, because you will not have a full picture of what is their objective or their financial situation, because then that will affect the entire strategy or time horizon, or because usually people may not show hand to you. I mean, there will be people who are very open and they will share everything, but but there will be others who don't, and so we don't have a very clear picture of everything. But I would present facts and clear information and try to back them up with where the stats and all that are from, and then share opinions, but I have to clarify that those are my views lah. Yeah.
But because in this industry there's so many numbers, and I'm pretty sure that every agency also have like I wouldn't say monthly, like decks, you know, like we always receive like updated figures, and I mean Straits Times, Business Times also always provide like the percentage growth or like decrease in like certain markets. And then when you talk about like imposter, you know, like faking it till you make it, or when other agents share with us their numbers and their research, and then we use that and then we go and present it to our clients, our friends and clients, right? I mean, there are people who can copy and paste the whole
wholesale
presentation and then just verbally vomit.
I don't know how they do that, to be honest.
But the thing is that I think for us, we try to make sense of the numbers first. If it doesn't make sense to us, or if it's too fluff, then it is our job and it's on our end to make sure that the numbers are correct, to make sure that we even agree with the line of thinking, to make sure that this is really what is happening in the market and it's not just, you know, from this particular person's
and
point
not
of
just
view.
sales angle lah.
Yes, so it really needs to benefit the client. That's first and foremost, that's our job. And then from there, the numbers are there to support us. It's not really for us to just use it and like bomb it, throw it on our clients.
It's not justification lah. It's more of whatever we already know and our line of thought.
Yes,
and it further.
The numbers should back it up. Yeah, so I mean, definitely we have come across documents and presentations and pictures whereby
I don't
you
understand
can tell
that.
I don't understand it as well. It's
this?
either too in-depth or the way the numbers are being presented are just too far.
Too far-fetched.
It's
too
like
far-fetched.
they have a story to tell and they make the numbers
numbers
tell that story.
yes.
Correct.
Which doesn't make sense
Yeah.
to me lah. Yeah.
So I mean, you have to be careful what we share.
Yes.
And for people on the receiving end, you all have to be careful about what you fully absorb as well.
Yes.
Like, I mean, they have to fact check lah.
I also like fact check myself a lot of times, and then I get someone else to fact check for me, and then I fact check their fact check, and it's just
And you
it's
get
at the point where like, oh, okay, this is it. I know what I'm talking about now.
Have you encountered clients who come and fact check with you what they hear from other
Other
agents on
agents.
like YouTube
that's so
and all that?
common.
Yeah. Just out of the blue, like, oh, hey Fraser, yeah, I see from your Instagram you're a real estate agent. I hope you're doing well. By the way, my agent said this. Is this true or not? I'm like,
Yeah, I used to get mad at that. I'm like, don't.
do I want to sabotage?
No, that means the trust is not really there. I guess maybe.
Yeah.
I think they want to fact check because they don't have anyone else to
But you
fall
can
back on.
leverage it.
No, then to me is if you're looking for me, I should represent you. I don't want to be your.
I feel like
source
that's a
of
scummy move. That
information.
I wouldn't want to do that. Like,
No, you can leverage it. Like for example, if it is like their friend who is a property agent, share that with them on a sharing basis, and then they come to you and ask you for your opinion.
Share
Then
back
you
with
can
them.
you can leverage it and then say like, yes, it's correct to a certain degree, but at the same time they also share with you this, that. The flip side to it,
Yeah.
and then you broaden their horizon, and then it will make them think like, oh, actually that's true.
Play the devil's
That's what
advocate.
I do.
right.
No, it's true because you
Yeah.
value add as well.
Yeah,
If you show you can
yeah.
value add, then
Yeah.
actually it's not on us. It's on the client to choose whether who they
Yeah.
feel they
Yes.
can
Who they can work with.
resonate
Yeah.
with and has more value add.
Yeah.
True.
Client's perspective. I mean, just thinking back to before I joined the industry, right? And the people that I've met, agents that I've met, right? I think it's really important that whichever agent that you're going with, right, ensure that you are on the same track. Because there were certain instances whereby, for example, I met with my family met with an agent because they were interested in the project. And then we already did our research. And then when we go to the show flat and then we ask the agent, oh, what is that? What is that? What is this? What is that? And then the whatever they share with us isn't aligned with what we know. Yeah, so then there's a
It
gap.
feels very shady. Yeah.
So you're
Yes.
testing them in a way lah.
Yeah lah. I mean, but it's very common though.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people who do that. There are a lot of clients who actually try to test agents as well
Yeah.
to see whether they know everything.
Yeah.
But truthfully, we don't know everything. I mean, we will research to the best of what we can do, like to the best of our knowledge, but at the same time also give us some leeway lah. I mean, we cannot know everything, right? And also to that extent, then it's whether the agent is truthful enough to share with you.
Yeah, or if they don't know, say they don't know.
Yeah,
Instead of
let me check and get back to you.
And that's another caveat. If I don't know everything, I'll say I don't know.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of experienced agents behind me who will also know, and I can, fall back on them to provide information if needed.
Because like what
Yeah.
Shannon says, some agents they don't know, but they like lie their way through.
Yeah.
And then the buyers or the clients they know it and they
Yeah.
call it out. Then they put them in a very bad position.
The fact that they've already sussed you out and they saw that you're bluffing a bit, that's already off-putting.
Yeah, that's a
Just be honest. So definitely have to so-called, I say again, you have to vibe with the client. You're past the vibe check.
Like if you're a very positive person, you work with a very positive agent. Or a positive
The
agent
negative-
will work with a very
negative
I think
positive
there is
client.
some yin and yang there. Like for example, my realistic point of view for my clients that were like extremely positive to if they didn't have an agent, maybe they would have bought the first property they walked into. I feel like me being the litmus test for them, and also like me putting myself in the shoes of the client. I have like my standards. If this place is not to my standard, it's not for my client standard. Because I already understand them quite a fair bit already.
Yeah, both the client and the agent needs to be on the same page, definitely.
Yeah.
If the client is a very easygoing client, you need an agent who will help you be more decisive. Whereas if your client is more on the very decisive, very specific kind of client, then the agent also needs to
help you broaden your perspective.
to make sure. I mean, okay, I'm going to put it in a very weird context, but like, you know how when girls want to buy a wedding dress, in the end, the dress that they actually wanted, the dress that they choose is not the one that they actually wanted. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the same with everything, especially in property. You
Yeah,
might
yeah,
want
yeah.
something.
You may want something. Yeah.
You may want something, but then you realize that it might not be the best fit for you. Yeah, so I think both sides needs to also have an open mind when it
Same
comes to
for
things.
life partners. Whoa. Whoa, another topic for another podcast.
So in such situation, cannot have positive mindset, but have a realistic life mindset.
Oh, yeah.
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 I feel like having positive mindset is still better overall living life. If you're gonna do life,
Do
know,
it happily.
Yeah, do it happily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do something that makes you miserable?
Yeah.
I mean, you're already here, right?
Yeah.
So,
Correct lor. I think in the recent past year, I don't know. I feel like life is really short, and I feel old already.
Midlife crisis.
so-
Midlife crisis.
So like my personal mantra is like life is short. Just like live it fully. Like no regrets. Very cliche lah, but it helped me in the past, the whole of this year.
Yeah.
So just like fully take in life and enjoy.
Yeah.
Then just like sulking, being negative.
and enjoy meaning like really taking in the good and the bad parts and not just only the good parts.
Yeah.
And because sometimes I feel if like you just say just YOLO, it can sound a bit irresponsible.
Yeah.
I always say just YOLO sometimes.
I mean, to some things, yes, just YOLO. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't put you in danger or anything.
Right.
It's just a should I a bit scared. That one can just YOLO.
Yeah.
In those moments of indecisiveness where the outcome doesn't entirely matter,
Yeah. Or the outcome is a positive one, then just YOLO.
let us know your thoughts too. If you have anything that you want to share, any opinion that you want to share, let us know in the comments. Also, do like and subscribe as well if you haven't already. We'll be airing this podcast every week, so don't miss out.